All right, we are live. So let's talk about the AP Top 25 and where our teams are ranked on there. And this is going to be a live reaction. I just now noticed that it came out, and I have not seen a single team yet. And we're going to see what we think about it. Okay. So let's see here. In the top five, we do not have a Big 12 team. Interesting here is Ohio State and Tennessee tied. They're tied for number two. Ohio State stays in the same place. Tennessee moves up one. Tennessee destroyed Kentucky yesterday, so that would be the reason for that. I know normally I only like to talk about Big 12 teams, but as we get down to it, I'll kind of mention a little bit of the thoughts here as we go forward because there's got playoffs coming up, and on Tuesday we will see the first college football playoff poll, and we'll get to make fun of that or talk about that, discuss that, and everything. I'm watching the Cowboys just destroy the Bears right now. Okay, so there's our top five: Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan, and Clemson. What I'm going to mention is that Georgia and Tennessee are going to play this week. Ohio State and Michigan are also going to play. So two of these top four shouldn't stay, but you never know. Tennessee could beat Georgia, and Georgia just drop to number three or something. Wouldn't surprise me at all if it's a close game. They got to have that SEC love. Um, Clemson's been there before. Didn't Michigan go last year? Ohio State's been there plenty of times. Georgia's been there a couple of times. Seeing a new face is kind of what I'm hoping for. So not that I'm rooting for Tennessee, but I'm just rooting for to see some new faces. Okay, so let's expand this and see where we're at. Okay, after the top five, got Alabama at six. TCU did not move up or down. They stayed in seventh place with their victory yesterday. What was it? 41-31 against West Virginia. So they probably should have had a bigger blowout, but it's on the road at West Virginia, and West Virginia beat Baylor in Morgantown. So acceptable enough. There was no reason to drop them, but I think maybe if you see them at number seven, you expect greater disparities from the scoring standpoint. But here we are, number seven. You'd have to say that's acceptable. I can't in my heart of hearts root for TCU, but I would like to see some new blood in there. As right above them is Alabama. I mean, what is it, like one or two times they haven't been to the playoffs? Tired of seeing them for sure. Okay, so following TCU, we got Oregon, USC, UCLA, Ole Miss, the Utes, and Kansas State Wildcats with a beatdown of Oklahoma State jumps up 9 points. And I'm sure they're going to be the biggest jump in the poll this week. They go from 22nd to 13th. And if you look, the top five teams are undefeated. TCU's undefeated at number seven. And there's only one, two, three, four, five teams with one loss. And there's one team above Kansas State with two losses. So they're getting some love there for a two-loss team, the number 13. This late in the year, 6-2, almost cracking the top 10. Yeah, that's definitely showing Kansas State some love, deservedly so. If they still had Adrian Martinez, they might be getting more love, maybe. But they're doing what they're doing with the backup quarterback right now, and Will Howard has looked phenomenal. And maybe he's the superior quarterback. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out over the next, over the rest of the season. Our team's going to start to get a beat on him and figure out what he's good and bad at. Will they be able to game plan better against him? Will they take away some of that magic, or is he just that good? I don't know. If he's just that good, wouldn't he have been starting? Other than they did bring in Adrian Martinez as a transfer, so maybe they, had to tell him, like, yeah, if you come here, we promise you're going to start no matter what. But who knows? If this kid Will Howard is the real deal, will Adrian Martinez get his job back? I think it's just an ankle sprain. You wouldn't expect that to take him out for a month or 2 months or anything like that. we'll see. If Will Howard keeps on winning, maybe he stays a starter. And dropping 9 points to 18, down from 11, is Oklahoma State Cowboys, dropping to 6-2. I'd say holding on for dear life. Yeah, because that was they got some real issues there. I know they have some injuries, is what I heard. I don't know who was injured. I don't know who didn't participate in the game. But okay, still 48-0. Couldn't even get one single field goal. There's some issues there. It's my understanding that Spencer Sanders was playing injured. I don't know. Are their backups that bad that they didn't want to try? I know they brought in, what is it, Gunnar Gundy, Mike Gundy's son. They brought him in towards the end of the game when it was just way too late to do anything. Didn't provide a spark. Maybe their backups just aren't good enough. Maybe they have a lot of trouble with the backup quarterback position, and that's why they stuck with an injured Spencer Sanders. But they dropped down to 18. I'd say they're holding on. I mean, I almost want to say they could have dropped more, and I would understand that. According to this, Wake Forest lost, and I think they lost pretty big. I don't remember to who, but they dropped down 10. So that makes Oklahoma State officially not the biggest dropper or the biggest descent, because Wake Forest dropped 10 to Oklahoma State's 9. And that is it. That is it for our Big 12. We have 3 teams left, and I don't think it's going to stay that way. If Oklahoma State loses again, they might be done for the rest of the year in the top 25. But I feel like there's going to be another Big 12 team. I feel like there could be another 2 Big 12 teams. I'm predicting that we should have at least 4 in the Big 12, in the top 25 rather, from the Big 12. That's what I think is going to happen. Who are those teams going to be? Baylor's got 3 losses, so that's hard. Texas will always get some love. 3 losses or not, they could do it if they keep winning. And you'd have to say maybe that's just about it. Maybe just those 5 teams have a shot at being ranked in the top 25, and it'll take some more victories by Baylor, both Baylor and Texas, to accomplish that feat. But they can't both win out because they face each other at the end of the year. But I would say comfortably somebody else is going to join the top 25. And maybe Oklahoma State, maybe they get some things figured out and they can continue to stay in the top 25. We'll see how that goes. But for now, not a good week. You got number 7, TCU, number 13, Kansas State, and number 18, Oklahoma State. So that is where we are at. Those are my thoughts and feelings. Let me know what you think about it. And if you agree with the top 25, if you don't, what would you change? Do you think our Big 12 teams are where they should be? So I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed this. I will absolutely talk to y'all later. Before I go, let me type in a comment for y'all. And then I will go ahead and let y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you're a Cowboys fan, you must be pretty happy right now. Without Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard is killing it. And do you think there might be some rumblings about who should be starting running back from now on? Because, well, I don't know. I guess the Bears are just that bad on defense. They have not looked good at all. Dallas is doing whatever they want to them, pretty much. The first 4 possessions were touchdowns. And then they had an interception and a punt, and now they're right back to scoring again. 7 touchdowns so far against Chicago. And, one of those touchdowns was Micah Parsons. That was amazing. Let me talk about that just real quick. So he pressures the quarterback, Justin Fields. Justin Fields completes a pass, gets the ball off anyway. He turns around, sheds his block, chases down the guy. Another defender got his hand on the ball and knocked it loose. Micah Parsons jumps over him, picks it up, lands on the ground, crouches down to the ground. A defender didn't want to just wreck himself as he hits him with his leg, so he jumps up over him and just clears him, and then he runs it back. So he chased the quarterback going this way, and then chased the receiver going that way. Got the fumble, then ran it right back again and scored a touchdown. Dude is amazing, man. I'm not ready to give the Lawrence Taylor comparisons just yet, but wow, what a special career he's had thus far. Anyway, this is Big 12 channel, not pro football. Those are my thoughts. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I will talk to y'all later, and us sick embarrassed.